Creamer Media's Mining Weekly Online is talking to David Osborne, the Managing Director of Dassault Systèmes Geovia. David, mining is going through the toughest time in years. What can your company do to help mining innovate?
It's all about collaboration. It's all about looking at a future plan and seeing how we can break that down and optimize that. It's all about saying, well, what happens if we can take innovation that's come from other industries? Let's have a look at what's happening in manufacturing. Let's have a look at what's happening in aerospace. And let's see if we can do something different in mining and drive the innovation and the change in mining to make better efficiencies and improve the overall case for mining.
Innovation is clearly a source of inspiration, and I would hope that also within the mining sector, people, especially in these tough times, would look at innovation as the way to get out of current situations and really take a step change into new operating models. We believe a lot in the power of 3D. As human beings, we have a visual bandwidth, and we better apprehend the complexity of problems when we visualize them in 3D. 3D is also meant to say it's multidimensional, and we all live in a rather complex world, and the level of complexity increases every day. So the 3D prefix is there to show that our solution needs to be multidimensional. The core industries that we started from, with those big names, we've started then to diversify and move into many other sectors, each time with the same approach. Okay, which is, can a 3D-based concept allow customers in these spaces to be better at solving their problems? And we moved along this chain to reach natural resources. Hence what I explained before about Dassault Systèmes' intention to understand whether those 3D experience concepts could apply to the natural resources, mining being a primary example.
What struck me in the mining industry was we don't have clarity of vision, we don't have a clear objective. We have actually quite a lot of confusion, I find, and we need to sort this out first. We have geologists trying to maximise the resource or the reserves. We have mining engineers trying to minimise costs, and to do that they've tried to maximise the utilisation of their equipment. We have metallurgists trying to maximise recoveries. We all want to be in the lowest cost quartile of the industry. Well, the bad news is 75% of you aren't going to be there. It doesn't mean you can't actually run a good business. You just got to run it differently. We're trying to maximise the life of the mine. There's cash flows in there somewhere, but some people are trying to maximise employment. Safety is a prerequisite. We want to improve skills, social benefits, health, environment. I mean, there's confusion here. Everybody's got a different agenda, and we need to sort that out, because if we can't agree on the objective, you can't optimise anything. If you can generate cash more rapidly, it reduces risk, gives better return on investment, you will attract capital, you will be able to support debt, and that is the definition of economic success. So we're not talking about adding 5% to the cash flow. We're talking about, in probably half the cases, doubling the cash flow in the first 3 to 5 years of an existing mining business without spending any capital. And people think, well, how do you do that? That can't be possible. It is possible. If you change the pit, the phase, the schedule, the cut-off policy, the grind throughput recovery, the mass pull, the concentrate, you systematically work through with a single objective initially of maximising cash flow, then the cash flows. So this is not just tuning up, this is transforming the economic performance of the business. And it's scary, it's almost shocking that it's possible. We're doing this every day. And systematically, MPV improvement, 15% usually as a minimum, and up to over 100% in many cases. But that's not enough. And people have said that. They say, well, it's not all about the money. Money's important, but there are other things that are important. And I used to say, what? And you get this garbled mix of, unstructured comments about all sorts of other things. And it was recently, like 2 years ago, that I came across a structure that I found a very satisfactory articulation of that broad set of other issues other than economics. And JK Tech, which is the technology arm of Queensland University, had been involved in who are a partner of ours, had been involved in a process, a cooperative research centre, to address this specific issue.
Is the market taking it up?
Yes, absolutely. So the market is ripe for technology right now. The market is looking for change. Being able to look at a set of problems a little bit differently and perhaps changing the order of the problems creates better cash flow, creates better NPV, and a better long-term sustainability of a project.
That was David Osborne, Managing Director of Dassault Systèmes Geovia.